Hello vlog. It is Monday. We're trying again with the me holding the camera thing. So it's gonna be wobbly and we'll see if it screws up the sound like it used to. I think it was the mic, which I'm really mad about because it was $100 mic and it sucked. And I just gave up with it. Anyway, it is Monday, which I just said. We're already repeating ourselves, but I am reading Diary of a Drug Fiend by Aleister Crowley. I'm just starting the book, so I know it's about drug abuse, and it was like the first real mention of like addiction in fiction writing that like treated addiction like a real actual thing. So I'm interested. It sounds way better than me reading more James Joyce, so I'm sorry if you're a huge Ulysses fan, but I just couldn't do it. But yes, that's what I'm gonna start tonight. I spent most of the evening editing my vlog for this week that goes up on Tuesdays. Ugh, my arm's getting tired, but I spent some time recording that. I keep saying recording. I spent some time editing that. It kept getting corrupted, which sucks, so I had to like redo like the last 3 sections a few times. Super fun. I also recorded 2 unboxings, one for Bookship, one for Coffee and a Classic. One was good, one was really bad. So I'm gonna do individual videos for those, and I think I'm gonna do them as like standalone videos and just like bonus videos, because I've been having a lot of fun lately recording the vlogs, and I have replaced vlogs before with like unboxing videos, but I'm really having so much fun recording these that I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna add extra videos. So a couple of weeks you're gonna get 3 videos instead of 2. But yes, if you like unboxing videos, please make sure to check out those. I appreciate any likes or comments that I get on my videos, just because it helps me know what you guys like to see from me. And I've noticed that the vlogs are really popular right now and you guys seem to enjoy them. So I'm gonna keep doing them until you don't like them anymore. So we'll spend all of this lovely time together. But yeah, I'm gonna get to reading and I'll check back in with you tomorrow. It's Tuesday. I'm like 12% into Diary of a Drug Fiend, so not very far. I'm got like 3 hours left of Catch and Kill on audiobook. It's just kind of a meh day as far as vlogging goes, right? So yeah, nothing exciting. I'm gonna go read. I'm sorry for this really shitty update. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it's Thursday. I haven't really had a whole lot of updates this week, so no updates, no vlog. I did finish Catch and Kill by Ronan Farrow on audiobook. For those of you who don't know anything about this book or the author, this is a book about Harvey Weinstein is a movie producer. He's fairly famous. A lot of people would know his name, and then now more and more people are aware of what his face looks like because of the sexual assault charges that he is currently in court for. So Ronan Farrow is Mia Farrow's son from Woody Allen, and he grew up famous, and he also grew up dealing with like the media in a bad way, because his sister was sexually assaulted by her father, and then they were like dragged through the media because their father is a wealthy, privileged man. And Ronan Farrow is a investigative reporter, and he kind of accidentally stumbled into a case where powerful men in Hollywood are taking advantage and or sexually assaulting women, and then using that power to make the women not file charges or report anything by either intimidation, where it's like you'll never have a job again, or paying them off, or just getting a lot of people to slander their name, or as the title implies, where a newspaper or like a journalistic company will catch a story and then kill it by refusing to print it. So they'll get whatever story, say I'll pay you this much and we have exclusive rights to this story, and then they'll never print the story so it doesn't come out, that's what a catch and kill is. Overall, this was really good. I listened to it on audiobook, and if you've been sexually assaulted, I definitely would not recommend this. They actually play a recorded tape of one of the women with Harvey Weinstein, that she had like a phone recording in her pocket, and you hear her terror. And I can only imagine if you've been through a situation like that before, then you will not do well. But this is very detailed, researched. He presents everything like facts, corroborates them as best that he can with like whatever evidence he has. He has most of the sources of the women he talks to agreed to be named. If they didn't agree to be named, then he gives them fake names. It's a sad but really interesting story. But then I also, again, don't think it's important to read this particular story. Like, it's important to know that people do this stupid, hateful shit that happens in this book, but I don't think that this necessarily illustrates that in the best, like, learning way. It's more of an interesting journalistic story and the process of how investigative reporting works, and then a really shitty case that's big in the media right now. So overall, I enjoyed this. As far as a literary stance, like, the story was awful as knowing that it happened to people, but as far as like taking this as its own story and how well it's written, I enjoy. So Ronan Farrow actually narrates his own audiobook, and his voices for like, he does voices for like different people talking, and they're hilarious. He is not meant to be a voice actor, but it didn't take me out of the story. It just kind of like gave me a giggle every once in a while listening to something really depressing. So I really, really enjoyed listening to the audiobook of this. If it's something that you think you could stomach, I do recommend reading this. And I don't know what star rating I'm giving it yet. I'm thinking 4 stars, but I haven't decided. I'm gonna sleep on it. Next up, I got my Sips by box in, and I really wanted some tea, so I figured I'd record this and look at the teas that we've got, and then drink some tea. First, I'm gonna go over last month's teas and what I got in my box. Alright, so the first tea that I got was a Pink Citrus Magic. It smelled really good, but the taste was meh. The big problem I had with this is I think I had an allergic reaction to it, because when I drank a cup of it, my throat got like really like sore, and I started wheezing really bad. And then I ended up taking a Benadryl and going to sleep. And I was fine in the morning, but I was so paranoid that I had an actual allergic reaction and I didn't want to die. So I just tossed the tea. The other 3 teas that I got were great. There was a Minter Wonderland, like pun, mint instead of winter. It was not the best mint tea I ever had, but I just really like mint teas, so I was fine with it. Then there was an orange passion fruit moringa energy infusion. It tasted good, but I didn't feel like there was any like major caffeine oomph from it, and it's supposed to be like super caffeinated. The final one was the organic Serenity Now. I couldn't tell you what it smelled or tasted like. I just know that I loved it, and I will probably repurchase that tea. So this month we are starting out with a tropical green tea by Revolution. I think that's focusing on it. This is a low caffeinated green tea. It is an amazing natural blend of Dragonwell green tea, Chinese young Husun green tea, and pineapple flavoring. Never had green tea with pineapple. I'm down for that. I'll take it. I ain't mad. And I seem to have 4 packets of those. That's cool. That's cool. Next up is a peach passion fruit black tea with peach and passion fruit. That's not an exciting name. This is an Ahmed Tea is a British family business with a long tradition. They supply tea for the royal collection, including Buckingham Palace. So there you go. And it's peach passion fruit tea. Focus. Thank you. Beautiful. And we have 4 packets of that. Next up is the Super Mint Stash Tea. And first, oh no, I was going to say I only have 3, but I found the other ones. So this is wild mint, just grown in Stash Tea's Pacific Northwest backyard. Wild mint has a high menthol content, which makes Super Mint a uniquely cooling and delicious take on mint tea. And it's just, it's an herbal tea. And I think we have these at work. So this isn't super exciting to me, but like I said, I really like mint tea, but I prefer an actual tea in my mint tea instead of just mint leaves and it being an herbal tea. So I might mix that with the green tea. And then the final thing in here is another green tea, which is a jasmine green tea, which is green tea, jasmine flower, brown rice, and coriander. Why is there rice in my tea? I'm so confused. Okay, this popular drinkable tea features antioxidant-rich green tea along with organic brown rice and jasmine flower to add a smooth and rich flavor. Why is there rice in my tea? I don't like this. This is definitely gonna have to be a try and see. This is a loose leaf tea. The other ones are all in their little packages. And then Sips by always sends little tea bags that you can use each month. If you don't have like a tea strainer, I do have multiple tea strainers, but sometimes the tea bags are nice. It's just easier, especially if I need to do dishes. So that is all in that bag. Let me know what you think about my teas, and if you're as traumatized as I am by rice in your green tea. I still don't know how to feel about that. Tomorrow is Friday, and I hope I have an interesting update tomorrow. I know I'm gonna make another library run this weekend. I've got 3 books due that were like short-term loans, and I've read all of them. Yeah, because Catch and Kill was the last one, and I finished that. So I've got to return 3 books, and then I have 3 or 4 books on hold. So I'll probably maybe do a haul, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out together later. Hello, it is Saturday. I finished Diary of a Drug Fiend, which is on my Kindle reader, so I don't have it here. I also finished my pages for the Night Circus this week, so yay. I'm really liking this. Diary of a Drug Fiend was surprisingly incredibly boring for a story that's supposed to be about drug addiction and like being addicted to drug or getting introduced to drugs and the high party you get when you first start, then moving to like the lows of drug addiction and then supposedly coming clean at the end. So like I said, it was surprisingly boring, and then the end message, while I understand it is a product of its time and the beliefs at that time about drug addiction, it's a really, really bad message. It's basically that if your willpower is strong enough, then you can do drugs as much as you want, as long as you control the drugs and the drugs don't control you. And that's not how heroin or cocaine works. I mean, I'm admittedly not a drug addict myself, but I'm pretty positive that willpower is not how you get over a heroin and cocaine addiction. Just saying. Next, I'm going to be reading Girl Stop Apologizing. I'll throw in a picture of it right here. It is an ebook that came in, and apparently I missed when it checked out from the library because I have 5 days left on the loan to read it. So I was like, oh, oops, I should probably read this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also reading The Castle by Franz Kafka as an ebook right now. So that's a weird book. It's really weird so far. I'm not very far into it. I think I'm like 4 hours into a 15-hour book, but it's real weird. Real weird. Hello. Good morning. I'm hitting my bun on the wall. That's not working out too well. Hello, good morning. It's Sunday, and my next classic that I am reading is supposed to be Bambi, but I haven't picked it up from the library yet. I plan to pick it up today, but the library doesn't open till 1, and it's like 9 a.m. So I gotta find something else to read. So I'm gonna skip to the next book, which is The Rats in the Walls, which is H.P. Lovecraft. So I think it's better to read a creepy horror story like first thing in the morning than to read it late at night and then have bad nightmares. So we're good with that. I'm going to try my absolute best to get through Lovecraft and Bambi today, because tomorrow starts the backlist readathon, And I already put a TBR up for that. It's going to come out in a few hours from now, my time, but by the time you're watching this, it came out Sunday. So tomorrow starts backlist readathon for me. And for that, I am reading mostly not classics. Let me grab the books and I'll just tell you in here in case you missed it. So I'm finally reading a Sarah J. Maas book for the first time ever. And we're reading Throne of Glass, which covers 2 to 3 prompts. Watch the TBR, it'll explain it better. Then I'm also reading Frankly in Love, The Great Gatsby, which was already one of my classics, and I'm kind of sneaking that in because honestly, the backlist reading-a-thon is all about reading books that were not published in 2020. And since this was published in 1925, it definitely fits a backlist book. And then the last one is Vasa in the Night, which I'm sure none of you have ever heard of. This came in a book box and it just fits the prompt for the shortest book. It's not even that short. It's like 200 something pages. But as I said in my TBR, apparently all of my backlist books are really long. I mean, I could have used something like Lovecraft, like this short story, or Bambi as that, but I think I'm gonna have them done beforehand. And then I'm just using the backlist readathon as kind of an excuse to break up my classic reading. So read things that aren't necessarily just all classics. I'm also doing another readathon at the end of this month for the Bookie Trials. I will have it's like a weekend long readathon, and it's during a really big work event. So I'm not sure that I'm actually going to be able to read the books for that readathon. I've got 2 books on the list for that readathon, and I will do a TBR right beforehand. I had to order the books in, so I'm waiting for them to come in the mail. But we'll see. I really want to participate because that one has like the prompts. If your team, like you're on a team, if your team does well with the prompts, then you like get benefits for the month-long Bookie Trials that we do in July. I think it's July. I'm bad with, numbers and dates and things like that. But so I picked 2 shorter, easy to read books for that. And hopefully I can make it through those that weekend, even though it's going to be a very, very, very work-heavy 48 hours. I'm basically feeling like I'm not gonna sleep and I'll just work and read. Probably not the best life choices, but there you go. I think that's it for now. When I get back from the library later today, I will probably do a book haul, like library book haul, really quick one. There's not that many books I'm picking up right now. And then, what else? Oh, I'll talk to you again as soon as I finish reading this short story. I just finished The Rats in the Walls by H.P. Lovecraft, and this is the kind of horror that I've been talking about. Like, that was a 25-page short story, super, super short, but it was fucking creepy as hell. Like, this is the kind of horror that I want to read. I am going to have nightmares. Also, don't read the Goodreads page for this short story. It literally spoils the entire plot twist of the short story in like why it's so horrific. So I don't know why a Goodreads description would do that, but yeah, learn that one. Fortunately, I didn't read it until after. but I was going to like write a review and I was like, wait, this like spoils the story. Like, what the actual fuck? Only problem I have with this story is the main character is like a crazy cat person. It has a lot of cats, and his favorite cat's name is very offensive. It's inward man, except for it's not inward, it's the actual word. That's not really great. Why would you name your cat that? Like, even in like 1920s, why would you name your cat that? What is wrong with you, Lovecraft? Anyway, I'm going to the library now to pick up books, and I'll come back with a book haul. I have the world's worst book haul for you, which is Bambi. That's it. I'm sorry. The other books that I had on hold were things that I've already read, and I just apparently forgot to take them off of my library hold list, so I just left them at the library and only got this one book. Sorry. And I'm not going to be reading this next because I keep forgetting that I have this ebook, Girl Stop Apologizing. Does that even focus? Kind of. By Rachel Hollis. I wanted to call her Sarah for some reason. But I have this ebook that like expires in 2 or 3 days that I've had for like 30 days from the library, and I keep forgetting that I have it. And so I'm gonna try to quickly read this today. I don't know if I can do it. I don't actually want to particularly read this book. It's a self-help book, but it's part of my Goodreads challenge, so I'm gonna try to get through it really quickly. I think it's fairly short. It might be longer than I think it is, but I think I could probably get through it, hopefully. Still don't think I'm gonna like it, because I don't like self-help books. I think they're too broad, and most of the things in them are common sense to me. I don't know. Or idealistic. But I'm gonna start reading this. If I get through it today, then I'll come back and talk to you. Hello. It is very late and I'm very tired, but I just finished hate reading Girl Stop Apologizing. That book was so bad. So it's written by like a lifestyle vlogger, I guess is how you would, or blogger, not vlogger, a lifestyle blogger, I guess is how you would describe what she does. And it's basically supposed to be advice on, I don't know, how to live your life, how to meet your goals. But this woman has no outside experience other than her own life. She has no education, she has no psychological background, and some of the advice that she gives is so horrible. It's like damaging horrible. And I ended up writing like 6 pages of notes on this, and I'm gonna just do a rant review covering everything wrong with every single chapter. And no, I didn't like hate every single chapter. There's a lot of chapters where it's like, yeah, that's fine advice. But then there's shit in here with it like she has an entire section about excuses and why you shouldn't make certain excuses. And it was just like, no, a lot of those excuses are very valid excuses. Or, oh, she supports MLMs. Like, no, You're going to ruin somebody's life because they're going to sign on for like some multi-level marketing shit, spend all of their spare money, alienate themselves from all of their friends trying to push some shitty, crappy product that will ruin their life on all of their friends just to try to make back the money they've spent getting into this MLM. Pyramid schemes are bad, people. Don't encourage people to be part of pyramid schemes. But yeah, it's like, I understand that she is good intentioned with this book. She's just not the right person to give people advice. I am not the right person to give people advice. My rant is not going to be giving people advice. It's going to be saying why her advice is really, really shitty. Which sounds like giving people advice, but it's more of like, at a surface level, I can tell you why you're wrong with absolutely no background education, instead of just saying like, this is what you should do. But yes, I'm gonna record that later. Right now it's like almost 1 a.m. and I just want to go to sleep. So I'm gonna go to sleep and I will see you next week.